Okay, guys, I think this is just going to be easier for me to walk through this Lent thing for you guys. I'm just going to record the video, I'll upload it onto YouTube, and then you guys can watch it whenever you can. And then that way we're not trying to find a time where everybody can get together or as many people can get together as possible. Yes, I'm in my bedroom. Sorry, it's the quietest place in the house right now. So here's what I want. I'm going to walk through this. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on what it is. With doing the Renew the Faith, 21 Day Renew the Faith. I know a bunch of us are doing that one. Because of that, I think this would be too much work. And I know for me, it probably will be. So I'm thinking maybe it's something that we can do for next year's Lent. It is a self-guided study. It can be done as long as possible, but it is a 6.5-week study. So it's designed to start on Ash Wednesday, which this year is Valentine's Day, which is next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow. So it's designed to start on Ash Wednesday, regardless of what year it is. And then you do half of that week. So you do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you have 6 full weeks after that. So I'm going to walk through how the weeks are set up and how I set it up, and she gives you all of the things that you need for it. So let's flip this. So I just printed it off and then stuck it into a notebook. I 3-hole punched it, stuck it into a notebook. So, and then she gives you instructions. I actually wrote out the weeks and how it's wrote, so I kind of we could talk to you guys about it. And then you'd need a traveler's notebook or a similar note-taking journal, whatever you want, and a study Bible. Those are your big things. And it does talk about doing word studies and cross-references. So however you guys would like to get those, that's up to you. Week 1, you have, so this would be the Ash Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you have 4 days of reading, and then they want you to go through and do a verse map in those 4 days. Also, it talks about doing an Acts model of prayer, and there is an example I can show you. She does give examples of all of these. So there's a devotional here. There's questions at the end that they want you to answer in a journal. And then it gives you the verse mapping. It already has, this is already on there. So I printed this off. I haven't touched anything other than to put it in this. So that's already printed on there for the verse map. And so then you have the second page for it. And then you go to week 2, you have 7 days of reading. You have a word study for the word wash me. And then you have a journal enter where you're listing the cross references for this verse. And you're going to focus on the word remember. It says write out each cross-reference verse with the word remember in it. So then you have your devotional, you have a prayer here, you have questions here at the end of the devotional to answer in your journal. You're going to pick one verse, is what this Acts prayer model is. You're going to pick one verse out of the entire week and write that verse as an Acts prayer. And then so here is the new, this is the new template for word studies. So that's that. They give that to you. Then we have week 3 the Acts prayer. We have 7 days. We have we're going to memorize Romans 4:13. We're going to journal, write out the promises that God made to Abram from Genesis 12:1-9. Do your devotional, answer the questions. Here's a prayer. So I mean, it kind of all works out the same. Here's the memorization page that she gives you. Here's week 4 kind of set up. Here's your daily tasks. Other than the Acts prayer and your answers, this is what changes right here along with your reading. So this one you have to complete a Bible binder page for Luke. Then you have to do a Hebrews word study for redeem from Psalm 44. And then you do another word study from Titus. So you're going to do a Hebrew one, which is the Psalm one from Old Testament. Then you're going to do a Greek one from Titus. And then those both are in here. So they give you, there's the Luke binder page. There's the second page for it. And then you have redeemed from Psalm, and then you have redeemed from Titus. So you're going to have different information. And then obviously week 4, this one, we're going to memorize Romans 12:10, and then we're going to map Mark 10:36. So along with the devotion, the questions, the journaling, the Acts prayer, this is the work that they give you for that week. I mean, it's very doable, but I'm just concerned with the 21 days of renewing your faith that this might be a little bit too much, because it would have to start next Wednesday, which is only in week 2 of 3 weeks. So we'd have a week and a half of both studies. So that would be up to you guys. Versus this one, you're going to be a word study on persecuted. We're going to map out John 15:20. You have your Acts prayer, you have your journaling, your answers to the question at the end of the devotional. Week 5, we have writing Psalms and in our journal and cross-referencing it. And then you're going to complete a Bible binder page for Philippians along with your devotion, your Acts prayer. So sometimes there's one big thing. So this is the information. This all comes in it. So this, I separated it because this is instructions and I didn't want those in a mix with everything else. So this is how to model your Acts prayer. So you have adoration, you have confession, and you have thanksgiving, and you have supplication. And you're going to rewrite basically the verse in an Acts prayer. And then this is prayers that you can use. And then this is actually pretty cool. These are the QR codes, but it talks about how to do a Bible binder page, which I probably will watch this one, and then verse mapping journal, and then you have scripture writing, and then you have your word study. So these are all videos on how to do those. And then here's more prayers, one for the weeks. Then this is the information on how to do your binder page, and it gives information. So this had really good information. I really needed to see that one. And then this is your information on your memory verse page. Of course, the information for doing a verse map. And then this one is the information on filling out the new word study page. So all of that is in there. It looks like a great study. It's all laid out. It's super easy. Well, I say super easy. I can't say that it's going to be super easy to do on top of some of the other commitments that you have. So weigh in after you guys watch the video. Weigh in on what you think. If you want to try to do a week and a half of both this study and the Renewing the Faith one from Prayerful Planner, we can try doing both of them. We can always do it for the week and a half, but then it's going to get lighter after that, because then Renewing the Faith is going to be done, and then we're going to have and then we'll have the and then we'll just have the Lent study. So really, it's up to you guys. I'm open to doing whatever. I set it up in this notebook because then I could keep everything together, and I did the same thing for like right in front of it. So in this same notebook, I'll show this to you. The very beginning page is my Renewing the Faith, and then this next tab is sorry, that's the end of that one. The next tab is the Lent study. So I put them all in just an older, this is one we had left over from homeschooling, so that I could do this, and then I put these extra pages I had in here for my like a mini map. So I'm going to set it up all in a notebook to make it easier. Then it was all together and I'm not trying to find it. Sometimes when I'm taking things back and forth to the church, which I do 2-3 times a week, the Happy Planner discs tend to fall off because of all the stuff I squish into my bags when I carry them to the church. So I put it in a notebook, so hopefully it won't get destroyed. So that all being said, I walked through it. It looks like a really good study. Like I said, some weeks it's just the one map. Some weeks it's two, you saw what they entail. And so pray about it. Let me know, because if you want to start, you'll need to get yours. They're $14.99 for all of that I showed you, plus the instructions. So you get all of it for $14.99 emailed to you directly, so no shipping charges. We would need you to set it up and be ready to go on Wednesday, which is Ash Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow. So that gives us just over a week to set it up. So pray about it, think about it, really weigh whether you can do it or not, and then we'll kind of go from there. If we need to wait till next year, it's totally okay if we wait till next year to do it. So love you guys, and I will post this so you guys can watch it whenever you can, and just let me know, and we'll go from there.